So, Pumpkinhead came out in 1988, and unfortunately, I didn't grow up with this movie. I did catch snippets of it. I remember years ago. Do you remember those old VHS tapes, the blank ones? Yeah, that one. You would put it in and you would record. You would leave it on record, and then they go out, to your friend's house or whatever. So I got the blank tapes. I put it in, and my intention was to record Child's Play 2. And I think I accidentally left it on the wrong channel, or somebody at home changed the channel. And whenever I took it out, all excited to watch Child's Play 2, it was Pumpkinhead. And as a kid, I was a bit ignorant. I was like, this is not what I want to watch. No, I don't care how cool a creature looks. You know, that kid phase, that ignorant phase. But I did see snippets of it, and I did say one day that I would go back, watch it properly. And that's what I've done. And you know what? If I could go back in time, slap my past younger self repeatedly, I'd do it. This is a great movie. I really had a fun time this movie. It's a story of revenge, vengeance, grief. It really is such a tragic tale. And I also love, I have to say it right out of the bat, I adore the look of the creature, Pumpkinhead himself. And if I recall, I've done research, and the same guy, I think his name is Stan Winston. Forgive me, let me know in the comments if I got his name wrong. I know it's Stan something, but he is the visual designer for the Xenomorph from the iconic Alien movies. And he actually is the one who designed Pumpkin Face. Pumpkin Face? The fuck are you talking about? Pumpkinhead. Hence the similarities between the Xenomorph and Pumpkinhead. So that's a little fun fact for you. What I really loved about this movie, and I noticed it immediately, at least 5 minutes into the movie, was the cinematography. I thought was so well shot. And especially for nighttime, because nighttime shots in horror movies can be hit or miss. But they did such a good job, like the lighting coming down, like the rays of light. So well done. Seriously, really wonderful cinematography that was done throughout this movie. And it genuinely impressed me. It actually made me want to go out at nighttime and see if I could get some really cool shots like that. I'm gonna get them. I will get them. But so how the story is basically, oh, and if you don't want the movie spoiled, go watch the movie, come back, Kushti. How the movie starts is a normal guy who just works a normal job in a shop, and he has a son, a young son, and everything seems fine. Then one day, unfortunately, a bunch of teenagers show up, careless, ignorant, and they're riding around in their bikes, quad bikes, and as the dad goes, he leaves the kid alone in the shop just for like 5 minutes while he goes to deliver something to a house. The kid's dog runs out, so the little boy runs out after the dog, and the bike basically hits the kid, unfortunately injuring him fatally. And so it's unfortunate. So basically, the dad goes out for vengeance. He wants revenge. They killed my son. They need to pay. As any parent would think that realistically. So he digs in. He does like a ritualistic thing, and it basically resurrects the creature. And it's a creature that he remembers as a kid, because something that did shock me about this movie also, and I really wasn't expecting it, and it genuinely caught me off guard, was how early on in this movie you actually see the creature. I was expecting it to be like the halfway point or the last 15 minutes of the movie. Like, some creature features sometimes do. But no, he made a very early appearance, and it was like 5 minutes into the movie. So I thought that was really refreshing. I really did like that. I thought it was refreshing. I was like, yes, finally, straight to the point. There's your creature. That's what I liked. So he resurrects the creature to so the creature can kill the teenagers and gets his revenge. But of course, it's never that straightforward. You realize that he's somehow bonded to the creature, and he's getting like visions which he doesn't want, and then he immediately tells the witch or the hag that he goes to that helped him do the ritual, that told him about the ritual. She says, "Oh, it's too late. You've committed. You've committed to this." So put it in kind words, sir. You're fucked. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. you know. So there's not really much he can do. So he decides to go out on a quest. Realizes he's done wrong. This isn't what his son would want. So he himself sets out to slay the creature. And as much as I've praised this movie, and I do, cinematography, creature design, badass. There's some things in it that, and these are only nitpicks, by the way. These are only nitpicks. But the scene whenever the kid dies in, the father's arms, the father didn't seem very upset about it. Like he didn't seem very expressively upset. He was just sort of like blank faced. And it actually did take me out of the moment for a little bit. I was like, because the movie was so good up to this point, I was genuinely expecting like a big, amazing performance. Like crying, genuine tears. Like it was going to be like, holy shit, this is going to hit me. But again, it's only a nitpick, but it did take me out of that moment, out of the immersion, because I was like, right, okay, so that's it, huh? Like he says something that, I get it though. Maybe it was just a shock. It does happen, when people are emotionally just stunned and shocked, they don't immediately react emotionally, so I get that. That's why I'm sort of dismissing it. But I'm just saying it did take me out of it for a little bit, only for like a few seconds. Then I got instantly back into it. And another thing, again, it's another nitpick I didn't really like was some of the kills were off screen. Like there's a scene where he's like takes a girl and he ties her to the top of a tree, and she falls down. It's like really up high, and she falls, and you don't get the money shot. You don't get to see you just see her falling, and then the camera goes to her friends watching, and they're like, you hear it, like you hear the like whenever she drops, but then you just see the aftermath, just the body. So I call them blue ball kills, right? Sitting there like, hey, I want to see the goods. I want to see the splat. But yeah, I mean, little things like that, off-screen kills. But does that take me out of the immersion? Does that put me off ever watching this movie again? Fuck no. I'm definitely watching this again. And if I recall, there's four of these movies in total, four Pumpkinhead movies. So I'm interested to see what the other three are like. But yeah, the creature in this movie is so cool. There was a kill that reminded me of Halloween 4. It's whenever he kills the guy with the gun, like just like stabs him with it. That reminded me of Halloween 4 whenever Michael did it. And so that was pretty cool. I was like, hey, I like that. Michael, he would be proud. But there was a scene that genuinely creeped me out in this movie. And it's whenever the guy he runs out of the cabin, he's like, I'm the one you want. And then he goes back in and he's carrying a rifle with him, which he doesn't seem to fucking know how to use because he has it for show, apparently. He does like that frustrated me. I was like, shoot him, you. But creepy part is whenever Pumpkinhead just basically just walks in through the door, and that genuinely creeped me out because like if you're in a cabin and you leave your door open, literally anything could walk in. A bear, escaped prisoner, anything, you know? So it is a creepy concept. And that's why it was genuinely terrifying because it was just such a simple and real situation that anything could just walk through your door, you know? So I really liked it. It was very effective. Loved it. And how the movie ends, again, it ends with yet another tragic event where the grieving father realizes that in order to kill this creature, he has to die. So, because he's kind of like connected in a way. There's a very clever foreshadowing scene. It was before this, before the ending, and it was whenever the dog attacks the grieving father. It's like he senses he's connected to the creature, and so I thought that was a really clever foreshadowing. And if you pay attention to it, you'd be like, why is his own dog attacking him? What? And then you look back, you're like, that's why. Of course. But yeah, so back to the ending. He tries to shoot himself, and it doesn't work. And this guy really has no luck at all, has he? He's got no luck. So he asks the girl to basically kill me, and she does it eventually whenever he gets up and his like face is all like distorted and his eyes are like just basically not his anymore. So like she does it, and yeah, and as the story says, as the witch says, because it was the father that resurrected the creature, because they both died, the grieving father, his body now becomes pumpkin face. So she buried him at the end, and basically it's like a circle. It's like genuinely an endless cycle. So I resurrect the creature. Creature comes out, somebody kills me, creature dies, I die. My dead body morphs into the creature. Somebody resurrects me. So then, they kill me, they kill themselves, and then they turn, and it's just an endless circle. So very clever, very, very smart. I did like that. It was different, and I loved it. I thought it was a really cool way to wrap it up, and it was like it was a cool little mind fuck. So I like that. I thought it was very nice. Nice. So yeah, overall, I really enjoyed this movie. It was genuinely a fun movie, and I'm kicking myself that I didn't just sit down when I was younger and genuinely just give it a chance because I think I would have liked it. I really do think I would have enjoyed it. So, absolutely Totally recommend it. And also, the cabin that was in this movie that Pumpkin Face walked into, I'm pretty sure that was the same one from Friday the 13th, Part 4. I think. I read that somewhere. Could be wrong, but could be right. So, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I wholeheartedly appreciate it, and I appreciate all of you. And as always, don't kill anyone.